Spellbound is a fairy tale-inspired actual play D&D podcast. It follows the adventures of Princess Theia, the human sorceress, played by Lydia.r.miller.
How do I get down? Is there a way to get down? Do I roll something to get down? I just want to get down.
Delaelia, the elven ranger, played by Kelsea.
I was like, fine, I'll eat this pie.
Feliks, the gnome fighter, played by Rebecca Munoz.
Heads up, horses!
And me, your DM, Emma Carter. Welcome back, listeners. I'm going to keep this intro brief because we can only upload 38 more minutes of content to our host site this cycle. So, this week's episode will be short and sweet. Our goal is to post an episode every 2 weeks, so expect the next one to drop on Saturday, April the 18th. Before we begin, I want to thank you for being here and give an extra big thank you to anyone who has shared the podcast or posted about it on social media. Remember, if you share the podcast on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram and tag us, I will put your name on my NPC, non-player character, naming list, and you could end up becoming a part of the story. This episode, we're going to experience our first combat encounter, exciting, and rather than take a break in the middle, we're going to start the session off with a word from our not sponsors. So, without further ado, I will see you in the story.
Right now because I used butt glue on my underwear so they would stay in my unitard and I'm just like
I didn't
wearing...
know that existed.
I didn't know butt glue
I
existed
have
either.
it in my bag. It is the best shit.
Is it called butt glue?
That's what it's called. It's butt glue.
This is new information.
It's what we use
Googling.
it's what we use at Worlds of Fun when
So you won't have an indecent ass?
an indecent accident. Yeah, it's just like glue. Like you just roll it on, it gets tacky, and then you just lay the cloth over it, and it stays there until you rip it off.
Butt glue.
I
It's
can't.
called butt glue. Is it literally just called butt glue?
Oh, here we go.
Hang on.
I'm dying.
I'm putting this in the group.
B-U-T, glue? Butt glue?
Put glue? What do you get it off with, or is it just washing?
Yeah, no, you just wash it off with soap and water.
I'm obsessed.
But
Okay. Butt glue.
butt glue. This episode was sponsored by Butt
Butt
Glue.
glue.
It wasn't sponsored by them, but it should have been.
Yeah, it should have been.
And if you want to be our sponsor,
Sponsor us, Butt Glue.
Butt glue.
Butt Glue for the performers.
Butt glue. Please sponsor us. Butt glue.
Are you guys ready
Yes,
to
I'm ready.
jump
Yeah.
back in?
Let's do this.
Thea, as you're singing, you can feel yourself beginning to lift off the ground.
Yes.
No!
Yes. Your dad's about to murder you.
And suddenly, Thea, you are levitating
Yes.
above the stage because you have cast Levitate on yourself.
Oh no!
And the crowd freaks out.
Oh shit!
Oh my gosh.
There are gasps, there are murmurs, there are cries of shock, and you are floating in midair. What do you do?
How do I get down? Is there a way to get down? Do I roll something to get down? I just want to get down.
You are levitating. It's not like flying, right? It's not like she can just fly. You are literally just levitating in midair, and I don't think you can move unless it's like an object in motion, or like you have to be put into motion to be in motion.
Yeah.
So you're levitating in the middle of the air. You're singing this beautiful ethereal song, dressed in this goddess outfit, and you begin to lift into the air above the stage of
Why
the
are people
burning
not excited
bonfire.
about this? This is cool as shit.
I'm gonna call out to my uncle to please get me down. Can I talk?
Yeah, I mean, this
Yeah.
is. What do you think Theo would do in this moment?
I want down. I want down. This is everybody can see me. This is like magic is a punishable by death offense. Please get me down.
Yeah.
And so everyone's kind of gasping in shock. They're like, what? What? Oh, is this magic? Is this the curse? You hear that. You hear people whispering, curse, curse. Is this the curse? And I think it's actually Lawrence who steps forward and he says, and that is theater. And he claps very loudly.
Oh God.
And then Harlow begins to clap, and all the people on stage begin to clap, and then like the people in the audience are like, "Should we clap?" And I think you call out to the Duke, and Roger is like immediately going to you to try and like take you and like hold like. I wonder how high do you think you are off the stage? What do you think would levitate? Like 10, 5, 10? Let's look it up.
What, 10 feet?
I don't know.
Am
I've
I-
never
It's
levitated
like
before.
5.
Levitate up to 20 feet.
What?
So let's say you're about 15 feet in the
Oh
air.
my God.
When the
Does
spell
somebody have
ends,
a
the
rope?
target floats gently to the ground if still aloft. So you can, once it's over,
Oh, okay.
you will just fall.
All right, so you're floating in the air right now, and Duke
Okay.
Roger's trying to figure out how to get you down. And
But like you said, an object in motion stays in motion or whatever. So like if he gets her, then she will come down.
Yeah, he should be able to.
Okay, so does he have a lasso? Uncle Roger, do you have a rope or a tablecloth? I don't care. Just get me down.
And I think maybe he's looking around for something.
Like a ghost.
I think that somebody has a spear. Like they're not like it's not on their person, but like someone hands him like a hoe or something.
Not a spear.
And he reaches like the hoe up to try and get you down, and the king is standing and he looks furious, and everybody is just whispering and gossiping, and they just are like they don't know what's gonna happen. And Lawrence is trying to like get everyone just to stop looking at you, and he's playing his mandolin very
Is there a curtain?
enthusiastically.
Is there any way to close curtains, or are we on like an open stage?
No, it's an open stage.
Oh, God.
And Duke Roger is extending this hoe to you, and he says, "Theia, take it. Theia, it's okay. Just breathe. Just breathe. It'll be okay."
Okay, I'm gonna hook my foot under the edge of the hoe.
Okay, and he pulls you down like one-handed, like you're some kind. I don't know. I feel like this is Mary Poppins, and you're like floating down, and he pulls you down to the earth, where you come to rest. And again, Lawrence tried to play it off like, oh, it was a trick. It wasn't actually magic, but the mood is pretty much spoiled.
Man, I really screwed it up. I had like one sacred duty.
And the Duke kind of doesn't respond to that, but he just tries to like get you off stage. Delaelia and Feliks, I'm gonna say that
Are we there yet?
you as you were leaving, you probably like actually no, you're gone, so you don't know any of that happened. So you've made it to the tavern, the inn, and you're standing outside the door. What do you do?
I want to go in cautiously, right?
Felix gonna peek in a window.
He's gonna peek in a window.
Yeah, before he goes in, he just in case.
Okay.
I mean, he doesn't know what's in there.
Make a perception check for me.
Oh no.
Is it a 1?
It's a 2.
It's a 2. Okay. It's
Yeah, it's just call it a fail.
Felix peeks in the window.
It's too short.
and all he sees his own reflection. He just sees it, and it scares him for a second, and so he like jumps back. And
Maybe we should just use this door. So Felix startled himself.
Felix startled himself, and he kind of fell on his butt.
But that's fine.
Blue.
The pants are padding.
Was it glued?
And Delaelia, you said you were gonna go inside, just kind of walk inside.
Yeah, carefully and cautiously, ready to not be ambushed.
Let's see.
I'm gonna
Are you
follow.
trying to be sneaky, or are you just being cautious?
Cautious.
Okay, so you open the door.
This
It's
is
open.
a public place. I don't
Yeah.
mind walking in. Yeah.
You don't see anybody in here. There are like a couple of lights on, a couple of like lanterns that were left on because it is the tavern, and so people are gonna come back here to go to bed. But you don't see a single soul in the tavern. What do you do?
I'm gonna go find Hilda.
Where are you gonna look?
The inn. I'm gonna call her out her name.
Okay.
Hilda. Hilda.
And as you call out her name, suddenly you hear a scream.
Is it nearby?
Yeah.
It is nearby.
I'm gonna go to the screen
Yeah.
source.
It's
Source
coming
screen.
from outside, but close, like around the corner.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, gonna
I
run
think
up.
we both hoof it out there.
Yeah,
We're gonna get in so much trouble.
This
This
gonna
is
suck.
just like in Chamber of Secrets when Harry, Hermione, and Ron are always where someone gets attacked.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Whoops.
But you have to check.
Yeah.
What if they're hurt?
Yeah.
No, you do.
So yeah, Felix is gonna draw his short sword and his shield.
Here, let me get my. I have some sheets I have to open up.
Uh-oh.
Sheets I gotta look at. So Felix and Delaelia, you exit the tavern, and the scream came from around the corner near what you would realize is the stables. It's so close to the entrance of town, but just around the corner on the other side of the tavern, you heard a young female scream, which you can only assume is Hilda.
Almost certainly.
So
There's only one young girl in the town.
Only one.
And so do you rush into the stable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any weapons drawn, Delaelia?
Yeah. I've got my short sword.
All right. So you rush into
Why
the
did I go with
stable.
sword.
I know. I was like, you were
That was a strong choice, but that's fine.
No, I love it. I love it. So you
quarters.
you round the corner. Your sword is drawn. You said you have a sword too,
Yeah,
Felix?
my sword and shield is drawn.
Felix's sword and shield is drawn. You round the corner, you enter the stables, and this is what you see. You see Hilda. She is in the corner of the stables, cowering, gazing up at a large, furry beast.
Do it.
The wolf!
He is standing on two hind legs currently with dark brown fur. And he has his gaze fixed on Hilda, his lips pulled back into a snarl.
Okay.
What do you do?
I'm going to cast. First, I'm gonna yell out to it in person,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna say, "Stop!"
And the beast turns to look at you, Delaelia. It has big yellow eyes.
And I say, "Do you speak?"
And the beast growls at you.
Great. So I'm gonna cast Animal Friendship.
What does that do?
This spell lets you convince a beast that you mean it no harm. It must see and hear you. If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails.
It definitely has an intelligence that's higher than 4.
Okay.
So
it just fails.
it fails.
Okay.
And it's looking at you, Delaelia, and it's growling at you, and it's moving closer to you.
All right, I'm gonna sheath my sword and I'm gonna shoot it. I do not intend to kill it.
Okay.
I intend to incapacitate it.
Okay.
I'm going to. Felix is going to walk, kind of counter the beast and get closer to Hilda.
Okay. So Delaelia, can you roll an attack roll for me, please? What'd you roll?
That's an 18.
Yes.
Awesome. So that does beat the beast's AC. Go ahead and roll for damage. And I guess I probably should have had us.
God.
What?
10.
What?
That's full damage. That's full damage, son.
Can you describe what that looks like?
Yeah, I want to shoot it in its haunch, like in its leg,
Mm-hmm.
so that my idea is that it's going to distract it, incapacitate it so it can't run away,
Mm-hmm.
because I want to get this animal handled.
All right.
So no, it can't hurt anybody else, and so that I can like bring it to the prince or whatever. I don't really know what the law enforcement looks like, but
Okay. So Delaelia, you take aim and you fire and you hit him right in the haunch, and he howls and snarls in pain, and he looks so angry at you.
this is fucking Devlin, isn't it?
I'm not saying that. I'm not
I just
saying
realized
that.
like who's missing.
I'm
It's
not
him.
saying that.
Okay.
I didn't say that.
Sorry.
Don't
Don't tell the audience that I. Don't tell the audience.
And so you have done. You said it was 10 or was it 8 damage?
10.
Okay, you did 10 damage to this thing. So it is looking not happy. It's looking not happy. It is kind of gushing blood outside of its leg, but it isn't daunted. It continues to move towards you, Delaelia. And Felix, yes, roll a stealth check for me if you want to sneak around the other side.
17.
Beautiful. So Felix, while Delaelia has distracted the beast by shooting it, you are able to stealthily, quickly move around the perimeter over towards Hilda, who is still cowering in the corner. You can see that she's been crying. It looks like her buns have started to come out, or she's taken them out, or something. Her hair's messed up, and she has tears streaked down her face, and she looks at you with fear in her eyes, pleading.
Felix pulls Hilda close and kind of maneuvers the shield in front, between them and the wolf, and he says, "Don't worry, Hilda. I promise we'll keep you safe. The heroes are here." And he gives her a reassuring wink.
Delaelia does take a moment to roll her eyes.
Ooh, actually, could I ask you, Kelsea, what type of damage? Was that slashing damage, bludgeoning damage, piercing damage? Okay. Ooh, actually, let me look at something real quick.
This asshole is immune to piercing damage?
What does it mean? Well, if it says that this asshole is immune to piercing damage, what does that mean? Does that mean it takes half damage? Or, because it can't not take any damage, can it? Because it is indeed immune to piercing damage and slashing damage.
It doesn't take any damage from that.
Oh no!
If it's resistant, it's half.
Okay. So Delaelia, you slash this thing in the haunch, and it is distracted and it is angry. But then you realize that it doesn't seem like it's doing anything. It like the arrow falls out, and it's almost as if there's a wound there, but this beast doesn't seem to be taking any damage.
Oh no.
And it's coming right for you.
All right, then
I'm going to say, because you guys have each had a turn, that this thing gets a turn now, too.
Yep.
No! So I'm going to roll. Let me see.
For the audience, Kelsea just took a very angry bite of pie.
I was like, fine. I'll eat this pie.
My arrow did nothing. It's fine. Pie.
Also, I'll remind you, you guys are also welcome to roll like checks to see if you know what this thing is.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm a kind of benevolent DM. TM Travis McElroy. He rolled a 14. Does that beat your AC?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So let's see. What is this guy going to do?
I hope he tries to charm me. Then he'll see what resistance looks like.
Okay, so yes, it is going to try to... Ooh, okay, actually, no. This is what it's going to do.
Okay.
So, Delaelia, it has fixed its gaze on you.
Good.
It gazes at you and looks at you very intently with its yellow eyes, and you need to make a DC 10 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, and so it looks at you, and you
Again, I do have resistance to being charmed.
Okay, so
As well.
you have it looks at you, and it seems like it's trying to maybe enthrall you in some way, and you can kind of feel a little bit of a pulling, but then you have resistance, and it seems to realize that whatever it was trying to do is not going to work on you, and so that's his turn.
Good. Okay.
All
That's
right,
nice
so
of him.
we'll officially say that it's Kelsea, Rebecca, and then me. So Delaelia, Felix, and then the beast.
Cool.
And Hilda might have a turn too.
That's
We'll
our
figure it out.
initiative.
Is there anything else you think that you might roll for that you are proficient in, or?
Well, I mean, I have animal handling.
Okay, yeah, you can roll
So-
animal handling. It's an animal.
Yeah.
Is it, though?
Maybe, I don't know.
Just pulls out a squeaky toy here, boy. Oh no.
What did you roll?
7.
A 7. So Felix, I will tell you what it looks like.
Yeah, I was kidding. I'm not actually trying to call this thing over. I've got a child like next to me.
Okay.
I'm not actually trying to call this thing over.
Are you
Dear
trying to
God.
figure out what it is?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what exactly it is because it looks like a wolf, but it didn't pierce her. So I'm trying to figure out what is this?
So I will tell you, it is bigger than a wolf.
Mm-hmm.
It stands on its hind legs.
It's standing on its hind legs. And its fur is brown. Its eyes are yellow. It's bigger than a wolf. It's definitely not all a wolf.
So it's not all just animal.
Yeah.
In there.
I will do a nature check. Good. A 9.
So you roll a 9, Kelsey. You're not, it's not a wolf as well. I will tell you this, Kelsey, with a 9, at least that you've never seen this before. You've never seen this in your a little over 100 years of life.
Okay.
This is a beast that you haven't come across personally.
Is my turn?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna draw my sword.
Mm-hmm.
Since my piercing was unsuccessful, I'm gonna try some slashing. Your face is telling me I shouldn't. So I'm going to do speak with animals.
Okay.
I haven't been keeping track of my spell slots. How many do I get? 2. Oh, well, that's them. All right. So yeah, speak with animals.
What does that do?
You gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. It is the knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited by their intelligence, but at minimum, beasts can give you information about nearby locations and monsters. Da 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 da. You might be able to persuade a beast to perform a favor for you at the DM's discretion.
Okay.
So you really are able to speak with it.
What do you say to it?
I say, please stop. We can help you.
Okay. And the beast replies
Yes.
in common.
Yes. What? I spoke with you a minute ago. You just made me waste a spell slot, beast.
It
I don't
replies
say.
in common.
Don't say.
Must kill.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Well,
not good.
good. Great.
It's still your turn. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
well, that was my action.
Do you want to do like a free action? Like, do you want to move a little bit, or is there anything you want to?
No, I don't want it to leave this space.
Okay. So Felix, you have Hilda now. She is clinging to you. She's wrapped her arms around you, and she's like clinging to you for dear life. What do you do?
I'm gonna look around and see if maybe I can find another exit that's not that way that we just came in because there's wolf.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna see if maybe I can get her out a back way and get her out of this.
Yes, and I should mention, you are in the stables. There are horses all around in the stalls, and they're freaking out too.
Mm-hmm.
They are neighing and clomping, and they are fixing to bust out of this stable. But there are little windows. There are a couple little windows where they can stick their heads out, where you could like maybe sneak out.
Okay. Well then I'm going to back us into one of the stables.
Mm-hmm.
And
With the horse in it that's freaking out.
And you're right. Shoot. And there's none that are empty or anything with a window?
No, the town is pretty full right now, so all of the stables are in use.
Okay. I'm going to Felix is going to tell Hilda, get to the back wall, the back wall of furthest away from the stalls. And Felix is going to open up all the stalls so that the horses stampede out. And he's just going to yell out to Delaelia, heads up, horses!
Shit.
And so he's going to stampede them out, and hopefully that'll also get the wolf out, too.
All right. So, okay, I'm wondering if I should make you roll anything for this. I mean, you're just opening stuff, so I don't feel like I should make you roll anything.
Yeah.
But it's about what is able to be done in this turn.
That's
in
true.
one turn is the thing.
So I maybe in one turn you could open one or two stable, like one or two like right next to each other.
Can I roll for how many?
Maybe let's roll animal handling and just let me see how high you roll on that.
Okay.
Because these are some pretty upset horses.
That's a 17.
Okay, so you're thinking quick on your feet, Felix. You tell Hilda to get to safety, and she does exactly what you say. She's still really scared though, and you very swiftly you unlatch one stall, and then you actually can you describe what this looks like?
It's a little panicked because Felix is horse stalls are pretty tall, right?
Yeah.
So he's getting them open, but it's not exactly like a graceful, fluid motion in some of them. Some of them he has to take a couple of jumps to get it over the latch so that it opens up. So he is a little slowed down by this, and it's a little panicked.
Ooh, in that case, I will say
calm.
it's probably just one if he's panicked.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But you do get one successfully all the way open, and the horse inside is it's not running out, but it's definitely moving around, trying to figure out am I gonna run? Am I gonna stay? What's the better option?
Yeah.
So but you do successfully open one stall.
Two.
And then the makes a move.
And that is the wolf's identity.
A job doo baba.
The big bad has been revealed. No.
So let's
I
see.
believe it was Ja Baba Boom Baba Doom.
I think he's still got his sights set on you, Delaelia. And I think he is going to try to bite you. So let's see.
Not my
Let's
body.
But she's so tender.
see. Okay, so 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So he reaches out to bite ya. And he bites you for 4 damage.
Oh, okay.
Can you describe what that is like for Delaelia?
Yeah, I assume he's going, like, because he's right by me, you know, like, by my body. So I feel like he probably goes for an arm or
Okay.
shoulder and starts to bite, like, bites at me. So he's not, like, trying to clamp down, but just, like, lashes out at me with his teeth
Mm-hmm.
and gets my arm.
Yeah.
And I don't scream out. I'm fine.
Okay.
But I am just like, ugh! And can I get a reaction or no? I know that I don't have a reactionary action, but
How do you
since
think
it's
you'd
his
react?
face and he's distracted, like, would I be able to have? Do you know what I mean? What am I saying? Have
Well,
an
your
attack
turn
based
is
on-
next.
Yeah,
So
it is. Okay,
Oh,
cool. So we'll just do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do an unarmed attack.
okay.
To try to hit him. My goal is to grapple him.
Okay. Let's roll for that.
Okay.
Go and roll me a d20.
Ah.
19.
Okay, cool. So, yes, you okay, so go ahead and describe what you want to do because that's a really good roll.
Okay, so I want to knock him down, sort of like judo style, like knock his knees out and get him down on the ground and hold him so he can't squirm away. If it's possible, I would like to get like a chain or a rope from the stable because we're in a stable and tie him up with it. So that's my main goal. But if all I can do is grapple him on this turn, then I want to get him down, have him pinned by his limbs.
Okay, so you manage to grapple him, you get the better of him. And I would say that you would have the ability free action to call out for Felix to if
Yeah.
you want him to throw you a rope or
Give
something.
me a rope.
Okay.
And then Felix, it is your turn.
Okay. Felix hears Delaelia's call, and reaches into his dungeoneer's pack, which has a length of rope in it. I can't find it in here how long it is though, but it
I
doesn't
think it's
matter.
50 feet, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I leave the horse. I leave the horses, pull out the rope, and get as close as I can. And I'm gonna have to chuck it though, because you're still grappled with this thing, right?
I
Like,
have
you-
him grappled. So
Yeah.
if you want to like try to tie it on his wrists or
Okay.
feet or something,
Yeah,
that'd be great
no,
because I'm holding his arms.
I'll
Okay,
I'll
great,
remind
yeah.
you he does have a big mouth full of sharp teeth.
He does. I'll go for his feet then. The other end is slightly less scary. Okay, so yeah, Felix is gonna run up with the rope and try to tie the back feet.
Okay. So roll for me. Roll me a roll. What do you think we'd roll for this,
Dexterity?
Kelsey? Dexterity. Yeah, that sounds
Because
good.
it's not strength for sure.
Why do you do this to me? So my dexterity. Okay, help me read this. Dexterity says 14 plus 1, and then I rolled an 8.
So you rolled an 8 plus 1 be
8 plus 1, 9.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so you're trying to tie up his feet, Rebecca, but he's kicking. He's kicking, and you don't want to get like slashed by his claws on his feet. So you can't really get him tied up around his feet right now. You've got like the rope around it, but it's not really like taut in any way.
Okay. Well, I'm debating whether I should tell Hilda to try and make a break for it while you've got it grappled.
You can.
Yeah, you got it?
Mm-hmm.
You good?
I mean,
Okay.
we'll certainly try.
Don't get it. Okay.
It's all in the rolls,
Uh,
Rebecca.
Felix is gonna look back to Hilda and, go, run. Like he's.
And you do not have to tell Hilda twice. She runs out the front to the stable that you guys entered with. She bolts out of the stable. And I think what we're gonna do is, as you are in this position, we're gonna shift to Princess Theia real quick. Princess Theia, your uncle has just brought you down from the sky, and everyone's still in this weird state of not really sure how to react when all of a sudden everyone hears a scream come from halfway across the village. And you see people kind of looking around and concerned because you just did this thing where you flew up in the air and now someone is screaming. And so Duke Roger, who's still on stage, he says, everyone calm down, just stay right where you are. But you can tell he looks a little like disturbed by this. And he looks at you and he says, stay here. And he motions to some of the men in the crowd, the soldiers who've been just kind of having fun. He like motions for them to go check it out. And a couple of young men get up and they find some weapons that they've got kind of like the spears that we talked about earlier. They pick up some spears and they head towards where the scream came from. What do you do?
Well, I want to go with them, but people are probably watching me, so I'm gonna try and follow.
You're gonna try and follow.
I'm gonna try.
And Duke Rogers says, "What did I just say?"
To not to.
Okay, so if I can't follow him, then maybe I can try and disappear backstage somewhere, get out of the limelight.
You want to go head backstage?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, as the crowd as you kind of are able to escort yourself backstage, and no one really wants to make eye contact with you right now. It's this weird kind of like no one really knows what to say to the girl who just levitated herself into the air. But you are there's not really so much a backstage since it's like a big in the round, but you kind of usher yourself off the stage, and I'm gonna say you're able to go off to the side towards the temple where Elisariel and Harlow where Elisariel was sitting with Feliks and Delaelia earlier, and you're able to kind of like situate yourself there. But you do see the soldiers heading towards the tavern, and you would have noticed earlier when Hilda wasn't on stage to do her part. So you do have that information.
Well, I want to help. Is there any way to like get out of this costume?
Sure. I can say that Sabine is sitting close by and she looks concerned, and she actually she when you walk over she bows her head and says, "Milady."
Hi, Sabine. I need to get out of this dress. Do you know where I could can I borrow some not dress like things from you?
And she of course, my princess. She gestures to go for you to come into the temple with her, because it's right there and it's a little bit private. And she just starts to take off her flowy tunic.
Oh,
she's not facing you or anything, but you're the princess and you just asked for her clothes, so she just starts to take off her flowy tunic. And she turns away. And do you turn away?
I respectfully, but unwillingly, will turn away.
And she's quite a bit taller than you, so really, and she has like an undershirt of sorts under this. She's not bare breasting it right now. She has whatever the medieval equivalent. She wouldn't be wearing a corset because that's not her style, but I feel like she probably has some kind of undershirt on, just because things get sweaty. She offers you her tunic, which is long and flowy. So you have a long and flowy tunic now.
Do I need pants with this, or is it dress like?
It's dress like.
Okay,
cool. On you,
you,
it would be dress like.
Okay,
because she's pretty big.
Great, thank you, Sabine. Could you not tell anyone about this, please?
Of course, Prince. I mean, if your will is my.
No, don't.
Do you need help getting out of that? It looks uncomfortable.
Yes, I do, actually.
And she helps unlace it for you. And as she's doing that, she says, "Are you okay?"
I mean, yeah, I'm fine. That was weird for sure, but you don't think I'm cursed, do you?
And Sabine, she's untying your corset, so she's not looking at you, but she's silent for a moment, and then she says, You are a kind person, princess. I respect you very much.
Thanks, Sabine. I respect you too. Thanks for not looking at me like a weirdo all the time. It's pretty unique here. But that scream kind of freaked me out, so I think I need to get moving over towards whatever that is. I need to make sure Hilda's okay, because I haven't seen her, and that kind of sounded like her. Do you think you could get me over there?
She looks a little concerned, but she nods. I think she understands that you really don't want to be in the center of attention right now, and that this might be better than sending you back to all of the royal people who are just going to make you feel dumb. So even though it's dangerous, she nods, and she goes with you, and the two of you kind of, can you roll a stealth check for me?
Which one do I use for that?
A D20.
I have a feeling this is not going to go well. Is that a 9 or a 6?
9.
It's a 9,
Okay,
so you can
and I have
add
a +1.
So 10. So you two are trying to make your way back towards the inn. People definitely see you, but I think Sabine walks with confidence. Yeah. She walks with confidence, and so she just kind of escorts you, and people just, they notice you, but they don't really want to talk to you because it's awkward, and so they just kind of look at you and then start to whisper behind their hands. But people do see you. I think people assume that you're probably just trying to go hide and not be noticed by anyone. So she basically walk of shames with you back towards half dressed. Oh, people also are looking at Sabine. That's also part of what they're looking at. They're like, ooh.
I bet she has impressive hairy armpits.
Yes, she does.
Tufts.
She does. Sabine doesn't shave.
No.
Sabine is an all-natural woman, just the way she likes it.
Mm.
So you guys are heading back towards the tavern, and I'm gonna.
Enthusiastic about this.
I don't want to objectify Sabine, but she's so hot.
She is.
Sorry, Sabine.
Things got a little steamy there at the end. The spellcast got a little bit excited. Will our heroes be able to defeat the beast? Find out next week on Spellbound. Songs in this episode include Spellbound by Vindsvept of bandcamp.com, Evening Fall Harp by Kevin MacLeod of incomptech.filmmusic.io, and Memory Song by Krista Pojman. Sound effects obtained from zapsplat.com. Links and license in the description.
Do 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 do. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba.